Hello everybody, I hope you're all well and welcome to this very nice hotel room here in Zurich, Switzerland, where I'm sat contemplating my inevitable failure. I should probably explain. So basically, a few weeks back, I got an email inviting me to Switzerland along with 3 other photographers to take part in a campaign called The Perfect Shot. And basically the premise is that me and these other photographers were just going to disperse across the country, and then in 4 days' time we're going to come back together and assess how we've got on in our pursuit of the perfect shot via a series of challenges. And it's without doubt the most daunting brief I've ever heard. I mean, it's not even like it's just written in the brief in like the 3rd paragraph. It's the title of the project, The Perfect Shot. And I'm thinking I might go to bed so that I'm ready for my first challenge early in the morning. I suppose if it all does go completely wrong, we'll all have the consolation of having spent a week in Switzerland. So I've had worse weeks. Well, I've just opened my first challenge. Portrait and people. Make new friends. Also, this is Manuel. It's his job to make me look beautiful all week. Good luck.
You will arrive there.
Great day today. An amazing day. So good that for the most part I forgot to vlog about it. Muppet, but you join me now in Locarno, right in the far south of Switzerland, the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland, and as you would expect, it looks absolutely delightful. So I'm looking forward to exploring around here tomorrow. I did get a portrait of a local today, a guy called Alfredo, who was on the Gotthard Panorama Express train, an amazing train that kind of cuts through from Northern Europe to Southern Europe, and Alfredo's been sat on that train for 12 years. It's a terrible joke, that. Really bad. Before we got on that train, we were on a steamboat, an amazing steamboat from Lucerne to Fluelen, I think it's called. And the captain of that boat was called Roger, and he showed us around. He's been working on Lake Lucerne for over 40 years, and he was a really cool guy. He was super good sport, and he let me take his portrait. And, I'll tell a lie actually, he let me take about 100 portraits of him. And I was aiming to encompass the surroundings and him in the same shot, because obviously it's a lake in Switzerland, you want to include the surroundings. But the light, it got super harsh as soon as we started shooting. So I decided to punch in a little bit and just include a flavour of the surroundings. And I really like this shot. I kind of feel like it expresses his kind of, what seemed like a playful character. And I like that you get a flavour of the colour of the water in the lake and also some of the colour in the trees behind, and I think it frames him quite nicely. So I was pleased with that photo. So I think that's the one I'm going to submit for the portrait challenge, and we'll see how we go. Tomorrow we're exploring around the valleys of this area, and I'm very excited to do so with a new challenge. The weather looks a bit iffy though, according to the forecast. So we'll see how we go. Day 2, and I've just opened my second envelope. And to be honest, I wish I'd done it sooner. It says landscapes and colours on it. So first thing this morning, we boarded a bus up into this valley because I thought, well, landscapes, let's head into the valley. But in hindsight, it might have been a possibility that the challenge inside might have said no waterfalls, which here would have been an issue. But thankfully it doesn't say that. It says time to move. Find a colourful landscape and capture a photo where you are the moving element within it. Use the self-timer, remote triggers, but help is not allowed. Nothing about waterfalls. All right, initially I attempted to incorporate the village in the shot because the village looks incredible and it really does a good job of framing the waterfall, but including me in it just looked rubbish, frankly. So found this this swing. And that's working out really well for movement. Obviously, that's what swings are made for. I've got my camera set on a 2-minute timer, and hopefully this will work well. Right, do some swinging. Okay, moment of truth. Well, I've opened today's challenge, and it's called Urban and Culture, which sounds pretty cool, but inside it talks about contrast being the aim of the game. And as you can see, there isn't too much contrast in the light, so we're going to have to look for contrast in other ways. Well, this is a pretty nice start, an unexpected start. That light over there I definitely didn't expect to see, and I kind of realised as soon as I saw the lake that even if we didn't have that light, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because the lake is just reflecting what is still quite a bright sky. So naturally that is going to be a point of contrast against all the land and the trees and everything that surrounds the lake. So I might be a bit more off the hook than I originally thought I would be. But those streaks of light were just incredible. I've got 3 photos to submit for this challenge, 3 shots at showing contrast. And yeah, I think that boat one might be one of them. Contrast in the light, contrast in the, well, the boat was dark, and it's a man-made object against the natural mountains, I suppose. So works on a few levels, is what I'll say. Well, welcome to day 4. And as I'm sure you can see, we've had a change of scenery. And perhaps even more noticeably, a change in temperature. It's freezing. So I'm now in Zermatt, or near the town of Zermatt. I was last at this exact place in 2019, April 2019, when there was an awful lot more snow, and it was amazing. And I think today it could be equally as amazing. It's just that the Matterhorn is currently hiding. So fingers crossed it comes out. Also, why am I holding a mirror? Good question. Today's challenge is called Monuments and Attractions. And basically we've got to capture a monument. I'm thinking the Matterhorn, if it shows its face. You've got to capture it in a mirror. So that'll be fun. Well, it's now sometime later, as you might be able to tell, but I feel like we're getting a little bit closer. So I've got my mirror at the ready. And to be honest, I could point this in any direction and I'd get a pretty nice reflection. But it would be good to have that in the reflection. So I'll make sure I'm ready to go. It's actually quite difficult to get something specific in a reflection like this. Maybe I just don't have the skills. It's probably that. Well, the Matterhorn never did come out. I mean, I'm sure it has since. That was nearly 2 months ago. But in my time at the top of that mountain, I didn't see the Matterhorn, which was a shame. So I started walking down the mountain, crying a little bit, and eventually took a photo with the mirror, which is this, which I don't mind, but I would have preferred a photo of the Matterhorn. Still, eventually the tears stopped because I got my favourite photo of the trip about half an hour later. And I think this does a pretty good job of summarising Switzerland. I mean, sure, there are no crystal clear lakes, no super friendly people, no super rich culture spanning multiple languages, no amazing forests, no impeccable transport system. Yeah, I guess actually it doesn't summarise Switzerland, that photo, but I do like it. Anyway, you might be thinking, that was a bit of a rushed video. You could have turned that into 5 videos, but 5 videos of this trip already exist in a series put together by Switzerland Tourism. I'll link it in the description, so go and check it out. It's a fantastic series. I absolutely loved watching it back. And I'll link to Lizzie, Sean and Sid as well. And also, there is a link in the description to a page where you yourself can win a trip to Venezuela. I'm kidding, to Switzerland. So yeah, fantastic trip, amazing series, go and check it out. And a big thank you to Switzerland Tourism and to the other photographers for making such a fun project. And I've got to say, now that I have a contact at the Swiss Tourism Board, they won't stop hearing from me. Seriously, I will email them most weeks, I think. But I'll see you next week when I won't be in Switzerland. Might send them an email now, actually.